going to read you a story, A Good Turn. Are you ready? Yeah. I wonder what is a good turn. Chip had joined the Cube Scouts. Nadim was the leader of a patrol called a Six. They were playing a team game. They had to pick up blocks using an elastic band of 4 bits of string. Oh, maybe I think it's a 4 people string thing. Interesting. We must all keep the tension the same, said Chip. So put together, the cubes carefully placed their elastic band around the block and picked it up. They had to make a tower of of 6 blocks. The first team to build one was the winner. Just as they went to put the placed last block on their tower, it toppled over. Ah, well, we came in last, said Nadim. It's talking part of the count, said Wolf, but I still wanted to win. Oh, maybe they just. Oh, this couldn't be easier. I think there'll be a bit last. The cup pack leader Echo called the pack together. Tonight is special, he said. We are going to invest Wolf and Chip, and they're going to make their Cube Scout promise. Chip and Wolf had learned the promise by heart, but Chip was still nervous in case he had forgotten it. They said it together. The promise was about helping other people and keeping the Cub Scout law. What do you mean Cub Scout law?
Can I say that word?
Cub Scout law.
Cub Scout is kind of that group, and law is rule, kind of rule. Yes.
The thing someone is breaking the law like that. What is the Cub Scout law? Asked Dad. That's easy, said Chip. Cub Scout law always do their best, think of the others before themselves, and do a good turn every day. Said Dad. A good turn? How about tidying your room? Said Dad. That would be a good turn. No, said Chip. I would only be helping myself. That wouldn't count. You could give us all a sweet, joked Wolf. That wouldn't count either, said Chip. Or Nadine could do this worksheet for me, said Kipper. He's good at number facts. No, said Chip. You won't learn anything. Don't forget we promised Akela we'd find out more about scouts, said Wolf. Lord Baden-Powell of the Scouts, said Nadim. The first scout camp was on the Brownsea Island in 1907. Let's find out more about Baden-Powell too, said Wolf. Let's look at the internet, said Chip. The laptop was in Beth's room. It was on her bed with the magic key next to it. Suddenly, the key began to glow. The key might do us a good turn, said Chip, and take us to meet Baden-Powell. Oh, I love Baden-Powell. Oh, it's a laptop. The magic took the boys back in time to Brownsea Island. See those tents, said Chip. I bet this is the first scout camp. Well, said Wolf, if we do meet Baden-Powell, we won't able to tell Alcala. That must be a bell tent. Ooh, it's very amazing shape. Just like the maple dance.
It looked like a bell, so we call the bell tent.
Aha!
Ring the bell.
Ring the bell, ring the bell, ring the bell. A Christmas day. That must be a bell tent, said Nedim. It has only the pole on it's in the middle. But where are the Baden-Powell and all the boys? Asked Chip. Their tents were made of thick canvas. Over it, steam was curling up from the pot. Nearby was a table with plates and pots and pans of it. The camp looked deserted. In one of the tents, 3 boys were peeling potatoes. Out of the boys came out and picked up a box of carrots. He took them back inside. Let's leave them to it. Said Chip. They might make us help them peel the carrots. I suppose it would be our good turn if we did, laughed Wilf. At the moment they heard a voice in the distance. They set off to find out where the voices were coming from. In a hollow behind some trees, they saw a group of 5 boys, all about 13 years old. The boys were arguing about something. Oh, they were getting a lot of flocks. The boys had 2 poles and coils of rope, but they all seemed puzzled. When they saw Chip, Wolf, and Nedim, one of them asked, "How did you get here? This island is private." Mommy, what does mean private?
What?
Private.
Private is a person owns something.
Own something what?
That land. That island. Yeah.
I understand.
You understand?
Yes. The people of the island.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Somebody own that island.
Own.
Yes.
Own.
Have.
Just have that island?
Yes. Have the right of the island.
Are you doing a team exercise? Asked Nadim. Yeah, another boy said. But we don't know how to chat. Mr. Baden-Powell has set us a problem, but we can't solve it. What sort of problem? Asked Wolf. Between these planks is an emergency river. The boy said. We have to find a way to get over it, but these poles don't reach across. They're too short to make a bridge. We get points if we can cross the river without flying in. Chip looked at Nedim. You're good at solving problems. He said, said Nedim. There must be a way to do it. What do you mean? Asked Wolf. Wow, he's a genius. Nedim asked the boys to tie one pole horizontally so that hung from the other. Now use the ropes to hold the first pole upright. He said. Nedim stood on the horizontal pole and used his wire to make it swing in a circle. It could work, right? It could work, shouted one of the boys. You're a genius. They placed the upright pole in the center of the emergency river with the horizontal pole on the bank. The first boy edged along the people to reach the pole in the middle. He swung the horizontal pole round, then carefully moved it to the opposite bank. As each boy across the river, a rope was thrown the other side of the keep the middle pole steady. The boys cheered when they all across. I think Nedim is really a genius.
And brave.
Yes. Nedim has a very good idea.
Yes, I think a good reader.
Man, between the exercise, as the last boy crossed, he called, "Well done, Raven. You are the only hurt her to do it. Chip nudged Nadim. I think it's the Lord Baden-Powell, he said. The man frowned. He was about to ask Chip, Wolf, and Nadim who they were, but when a boy ran up in a panic. Alex has cut his fingers chopping carrots. He panicked. We can find a first aid kit. What's aid kit?
First aid kit in Korean means 구급상자.
Aha! The thing that it's helping the thing to put on something.
Yeah, put on bandage or some medicine.
Aha.
In emergency situation, they need first aid kit. First, 첫 번째로 need aid 도움을 주는 kit.
Aha.
Okay.
They ran to the camp. Baden-Powell looked in a large tin chest. We've got a first aid kit somewhere, he said. Where is it? Chip had some plaster in his pocket. It's not a deep cut, said Chip. Put this plaster on it. Plaster? What is that? Said Alex. Cops sometimes carry a simple first aid kit, said Chip. It is best to be prepared. Baden-Powell looked up from the chest. How did you boys get to this island? He asked. But the key had glowed, and Chip, Wolf, and Nadim had vanished. Be prepared, he said. Well, we kept the Cub Scout law. We did a good turn, said Nadim. But if we do a good turn on a magic adventure, we can't tell anyone, said Wolf thoughtfully. Just then, Biff and Wilma came in. We've been on an adventure and met Baden-Powell, said Chip. Nadim solved the problem, and I put a plaster on a cut finger, so we did 2 good turns. Putting a plaster on a cut isn't a much of a good turn, said Beth. At least I had a plaster. I must be prepared, said Chip. But if we do good turns in a magic adventure, and no one knows, do they count? Said Wolf. Of course, said Beth. A good turn is a good turn. We found out lots of the scouts and met Baden-Powell, but we didn't find out his first name, said Nadim. Easy, said Wilma. It's Robert. I can think of a motto for magic adventures. Laughed Chip. Be prepared for anything. That